Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shamala Shakil from second year section B evening, and my seat number is EBP 2001149. I am from group 22, and actually I am here to present you the second part of our presentation, which is smooth and cardiac muscles. So first of all, we will discuss about the smooth muscles. Uh, In this slide, we'll study about the smooth muscles, the characteristics of the smooth muscles, and in the ongoing slides, we'll study about the diagram of the smooth muscles, the types of the smooth muscles, how the smooth muscles react, and actually the contraction of the smooth muscles. So, smooth muscles. The smooth muscles are also known as visceral muscles because they are found in the blood vessel walls and viscera. They are also called smooth muscles because their fibers do not show cross striation. The smooth muscles are composed of smaller fibers that are ranging from 1 to 5 micrometers in diameter and 200 to 500 micrometers in length. That is, their diameter and the length varies from these ranges. That is, the diameter ranging from 1 to 5 micrometers and the length ranging from 200 to 500 micrometers. A smooth muscle is activated involuntarily. That is, it is not under the voluntary control, they act involuntarily. Characteristics of the smooth muscles. Following are some of the characteristics of the smooth muscles, which includes these fibers are thickest at the center and tapered at both ends. Now look at this slide. In this slide, we can easily observe that the smooth muscle fiber is thick at the center and tapered at both the ends. Now the second one is they possesses a single ovoid nucleus in the center of the fiber. So look at this. It has a single ovoid nucleus, means oval-shaped nucleus in the center of the muscle fiber. These fibers are arranged in sheets in such a way that inner part of one cell lying against the thickest part of the adjacent cell. They have, it means that these fibers are arranged in layers or in sheets. They are not lying separately. They have very slow speed of contraction as compared to skeletal and the cardiac muscles. Myofibers are absent in the smooth muscles. In this slide, it has two diagrams. A shows the relaxed smooth muscle cells, whereas B shows the contracted state of the smooth muscle cells. In this slide, we study about the types of the smooth muscles. Actually, the smooth muscles are classified into two types on the basis of their nerve supply. So, on the basis of the nerve supply, smooth muscles are divided into the two types: multi-unit smooth muscles and unitary smooth muscles. First, we will discuss about the multi-unit smooth muscles. The multi-unit smooth muscles are composed of separate smooth muscles, and each separated fiber operated independently. Now here we will focus about this word independently, that they are not dependent over each other and each fiber acts independently or activated independently. They are innervated by single nerve ending. In this type of a smooth muscle, each fiber can contract independently. They have very rich nerve supply. Some of the examples of multi-unit smooth muscles include ciliary muscle of eye, iris muscle of eye, ductus deferens, etc. Now, unitary smooth muscles. Other names of unitary smooth muscles are sensational smooth muscle or visceral smooth muscle. It is the mass of hundreds of thousands of smooth muscle fibers that act as a single unit. They possesses the gap junctions in them. The nerve supply is so rapid than the multi-unit smooth muscles. Some of the examples of unitary smooth muscles include all the hollow organs in the body like bladder, gastrointestinal tract, ureters, blood vessels, bile ducts, etc. In this slide, we will study about the multi-unit and unitary smooth muscles diagram. In this, we can easily see that the multi-unit smooth muscles fibers are separated from each other and they are not interlinked with each other. They are completely separated from each other. Whereas in the unitary smooth muscles, they are packed with one another and they act as a single unit. In the slide 7, we talk about the smooth muscle contraction, that how the contraction in the smooth muscles will occur. First, the calcium ions enter from the cytosol, enter into the cytosol from the extracellular fluid. Now, this calcium ions which enters from the extracellular fluid binds to and activates the calmodulin. The activated calmodulin activates the myosin light chain kinase enzymes. The activated kinase enzyme catalyzes the transfer of the phosphatase to myosin heads, activating the myosin head ATPases. In the next step, phosphorylated myosin head form cross bridges with actin of the thin filament and shortening occurs. Cross bridge activity ends when the phosphate is removed from the myosin heads by phosphorylase enzyme and intracellular calcium levels fall. So, in this way, we talk about the smooth muscle contraction step by step, and it is clear in this diagram that how the smooth muscles contract. Sorry. Yes. Now we have covered the smooth muscles. Now start the cardiac muscles. In the cardiac muscle, we study about the cardiac muscles, characteristics of the cardiac muscles, diagram of the cardiac muscles, and how the cardiac muscles contract. The most important heart tissue in the cardiac muscle tissue is the cardiac muscle tissue. They contain the sheets of the connective tissues in which the blood vessels are embedded. They are found in myocardium. The cardiac muscle fibers are striated and involuntary. The characteristics of the cardiac muscles. These muscle fibers are branched with centrally placed nucleus. They have intercalated discs which contain gap junctions. The intercalated discs are the dark areas of the cardiac muscles. The end of each fiber is split into branches, and these branches make contact with branches of adjacent cells. And the specific area and that area is called as the intercalated discs. They have moderate speed of action. They have tubular extensions that are called as a T-tubules. So there are the two specifications in the cardiac muscles, that is intercalated disc and the T-tubules. In this diagram, we can easily see the branches of the cardiac muscles, that how the branches arise and then extend into the another one, and they have the gap junctions and the T-tubules. In this slide, we talk about the cardiac muscle contraction. We will talk about the cardiac muscle contraction step by step process. So in the first step, the current spreads through the gap junctions to the contractile cell. So the current, of course, pass through the gap junctions. Action potential travel along the plasma membrane and the T tubules. Now the calcium channels open in the plasma membrane and SR. Calcium induces the calcium releases from SR. Calcium binds to the troponin, exposing the myosin binding sites. Cross bridges cycle begins, muscle fiber contracts. Calcium is actively transported back into the SR and extracellular fluid. Tropomyosin blocks the myosin binding site, muscle fiber relaxes. So this is all about the cardiac muscle contraction. So we have talked about the smooth muscles, the types of the smooth muscles, the characteristics of the smooth muscles, the structure and the function of the smooth muscles, and the cardiac muscles, the characteristics of the cardiac muscles, and the contraction of the cardiac muscles, that how cardiac muscles contracts. So that's all from me. Thank you. Jazakallah.